Hey guys, Toast here. Today I want to talk about a simple yet important role that players often underestimate, which is that of the squad leader. Now quickly before we jump into this, some of you expressed interest in a loadout request type series where you guys can pick every facet of the loadout and I'll create a video based on it. If that's something that you'd still be interested in seeing, please leave a comment below of the setup that you'd like to see, including the class, primary weapon and attachments, secondary weapon, gadgets, and grenade, as well as a name for the loadout and the reasoning behind your choices, and I'll select one to do for an upcoming video. I only ask that you please limit it to the 4 primary non-elite classes for the time being, and these details will also be in the description below. Now on to the topic of the video. Every team in Battlefield 1 consists of squads of up to 5 players, and one person in each of those 5-player squads is designated as the squad leader. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a massive responsibility and something that you're going to need to practice a lot to get the hang of. In fact, being squad leader is actually quite simple, but there's a level of importance to this position above that of a standard squad member, which can elevate the experience of players in your squad as well as reward both you and them for doing it well. Today we're going to discuss some of the more important aspects of playing this role and what you can do and should do as a squad leader to provide the most benefit for both you and your team. Just so you know whether or not you are the squad leader, a star will appear next to your name in the squad member list, and that's how you know that you're designated as the leader. Arguably one of the most basic and simple responsibilities of a squad leader is to mark objectives in the game. For those of you who are new to Battlefield 1 or the Battlefield series in general, the squad leader has the capability of targeting an objective flag or telegraph, which will highlight it on the HUD for all other squad mates. This mechanic is designed as a means to give you quick communication to your squad members to inform them of what objective you feel is the most important for them to focus their attention on. Ideally, once you've marked an objective for your squad members should then be turning their attention to either attacking or defending that objective, though admittedly that won't always be the case. The other major benefit to doing this, in addition to alerting your squad to something, is to provide additional score for both you and your squad members. When your squad has carried out a particular action that you've marked, every person in your squad will gain an additional 100 points just for following the order. This means that if you, as a good squad leader, can continually mark objectives that are reasonable for your squad mates to accomplish, then you can provide a significant boost to everyone's personal score. Prior to Battlefield 1, the commander role was responsible for providing an overarching strategy for the team regarding what points should be focused and what tactics should be used. However, with the removal of this role in Battlefield 1, this responsibility now falls on the heads of the squad leaders. The problem with this is that it's difficult to accurately describe your intentions to other squad leaders, as the in-game VoIP can only be heard by your squad members. Because of this, you have to weigh your strategic options and select the objective that you feel will not only be the best for your squad, but the best for your whole team. Let's say, for example, that your team has all but 1 point captured in Conquest, and the vast majority of your teammates are pushing into that last point. However, you happen to notice that your home flag is slowly being captured. You could push with your team into that last flag for easy squad points, or you could do what's likely going to be more beneficial for your team, which is to mark your home flag and attempt to stop the enemy from taking it, which, if they did, would give them a spawn point to begin backcapping you. Decisions are not usually as cut and dry as the one I just presented, so trying to weigh your options and selecting what you feel is going to be the best for your team is what's going to set apart a good squad leader from a great one. Pay attention to your map, the flags that your team has and needs, and try to think about the bigger picture. In addition to being a good decision maker and leader, the role of squad leader also demands that you be a good listener. You're only one person with so much capacity to multitask, and there will be times when you're in a heated battle and won't notice something on the map that you should be reacting to, like a point being lost or a flank taking place. This is where paying attention to your squad mates and teammates becomes a crucial part of the role. If you have good squad mates, and of course there will be times where you do and times where you don't, they'll likely be paying attention to what's going on around them and will alert you either by VoIP or in-game chat that something is taking place that requires attention. Your ability to pay attention to this information and act on it is important in making you a good leader. There will be times where you forget to mark an objective because your attention is being paid to something else, which is perfectly fine and happens to everyone, But if you neglect your squad mates and miss out not only on what's actually happening, but them telling you what's happening, then you'll quickly be dethroned from your position, as DICE has implemented a system in which squad leaders can be demoted if teammates are requesting objectives to be marked and you don't do so within a minute's time. Don't be the squad leader that gets demoted. There will be games where you're so focused on certain objectives and are having difficulty remembering to mark objectives and give orders. It happens to most players for a variety of reasons, and knowing when you're in that position and being responsible enough to pass along the torch to someone else is something I consider to be very important. It may sound counterintuitive, but part of being a great squad leader is knowing when you're not being a great squad leader and selecting another person from your squad to pass that responsibility onto. It doesn't make you any less of a skilled player for recognizing when you're not doing something properly. In fact, I would argue that heightened self-awareness is the key to becoming a more skilled player, as you're aware enough to recognize that you need to improve on something. DICE has made it very easy to pass along the torch to another player simply by selecting their name in the squads menu and selecting the option to promote them. Not to mention the fact that it gives you the opportunity to pay attention to how someone else fills the role, the choices they make, and the way in which they communicate with the other squad members, which gives you the chance to learn how to do the role better the next time you take it on. Knowledge is power, so there's nothing wrong with taking a step back, watching someone else do the role, and using that as a learning experience to increase your own knowledge in the future. Now, I also want to know what you feel is important to being a good squad leader in Battlefield 1. Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and if you want to see more content, please subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Toast, and I'll talk to you soon.